2 years ago, I was in a bad place. And I filmed a video about how I thought my life was a failure. How I was stuck and stagnant. But that wasn't the end, and things have started to change. So, I wanted to share 5 lessons I've learned that have helped me slowly gain a new perspective and begin my healing journey. It's almost the end of August and I haven't gone camping yet this year, and that is one of my all-time favorite things to do. So it's time to finally go make that happen.
This is really, really pretty. So I came out here today because I wanted to talk about some of the lessons I've learned since I put out that video 2 years ago, because I feel like I've gotten quite a bit better since then. At 27, I was really depressed. I was really stuck. I felt like I had been, wasting a ton of time, that I was behind everyone else. I still retained some hope that things could get better, and they eventually did, but it required me to change a lot of my mindsets and a lot of my self-talk, and that's what I want to discuss. But it's actually getting quite dark because I got here too late, so we'll have to save it for tomorrow, I guess. In the meantime, I am just going to enjoy this beautiful view and go find somewhere to park my car and sleep in it. Good night. So this is where I ended up sleeping last night, which is just a trailhead that I'm going to hike today. I did not sleep well. I'm so tired, but that's okay. There's beautiful fog and mist, and so that is good. I was very happy this morning. Okay, good night. The first mindset that I had to change is that I will never be the best version of myself, and that's okay. I used to think of this phrase as a sort of motivator, something I need to strive for. I am going to become the best version of myself. But the best version of myself is perfect. I would be achieving all my dreams. I'd be totally confident. I wouldn't fall into negativity. But that's just not how it works, because we're human and we all fall. And maybe I'm never even going to achieve the goals that I've set for myself. Maybe I'm always going to be struggling financially, struggling to lose the extra few pounds, struggling with the depression and the anxiety. But that's okay. That doesn't mean that I'm a failure. It doesn't mean that my life is a waste. Do I strive to be better and to improve myself? Of course. But more importantly, I need to first accept myself as I am. I, Kirsten, just as I am, with all of my flaws, with all of my limitations, I have value. No matter how much or how little I achieve, there is inherent dignity and worth in me. And yes, I'm going to strive for my dreams, but if I don't achieve them, that doesn't change my value. Saying that I need to become the best version of myself seems like a lot of pressure. And instead, I think it's healthier to just say, I can be myself. I'm loving this hike. It feels so mystical and magical with all of the boardwalks and all of the fog. Oh, I love it. Look at the trees. The second thing I learned is that recognizing and accepting my weakness is a strength. Emotionally speaking, 27 was a bad year. I reached a point where I was really spent, emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally, and I knew I couldn't keep trying to do it by myself, because that's what I had been trying to do for years. I thought that I should just be able to pull myself up. You should just be stronger. You should just be able to do this. But I wasn't able to. And for me, what that meant is I sought out spiritual counseling, which I'm sure some of you will think is silly, but all I can say is when I started to trust in something greater than myself, things started to turn around. I don't have to do this by myself. I don't have to rely totally on my own strength. And yes, ultimately it is up to me to do the work, but not alone. There's no shame in seeking help, because none of us has the strength to do it completely on our own, as much as we might want to. The third thing I had to learn is that focusing on the present is what matters. I have really struggled to live in the present. My natural tendency is to dwell on the mistakes of the past or on the future, planning and dreaming and thinking about what I wish I was or had. And I forget the present. I forget what's around me right now. We can either live in regret and never change, or we can use our past mistakes to learn from and use the pain from them to push us forward. And we can either live in constant dissatisfaction with our lives and constantly chasing goals and achievements and what ifs, or we can slow down and be grateful for the things that we do have in the present. And that's not to say that there isn't a place for goals and dreams, but first there needs to come an appreciation and a deeper awareness of the present. So what's really helped me is asking myself consistently, what am I grateful for? What am I called to do in this present moment? And what is the best action I can take right now? Happiness is found in the now. Growth is found in the now. Life is found in the now. The fourth thing I learned is I need to stop comparing myself to others. And this is definitely a struggle for me, especially as I'm reaching the age of 30 and I feel like there's this checklist of things that I haven't achieved yet. But looking at it that way just isn't helpful. Yes, I'm at a different place than some people my age, and there's people that seem further ahead, but comparison is only ever going to lead to misery, because there's always going to be people ahead. The thing is, we all start in different places with different gifts and different struggles, with different advantages and disadvantages, and we all move at our own pace and have a different journey to take through life. And life is never, ever going to be fair. So the only person we can accurately compare ourselves to is ourselves. Have I been making progress? Have I been trying my hardest? Have I been making a positive contribution to others and to the world? And if the answer is yes, look and see what is working and continue that. And if the answer is no or not enough, then you have to look at what can I change? What is holding me back? Just because I'm in a different place than others doesn't mean I'm behind. I am exactly where I am. And maybe that's where I need to be right now. The the final thing I needed to change was I needed to redefine failure and success. I've failed many, many times in many things, but I don't think those things make me a failure anymore. In fact, I think more than anything, it shows some form of success. I think there's so many different forms of success, and my view of success has greatly broadened. Success is taking action even when it's hard. It's continuing to try even when you fail. It's growing emotionally, spiritually, growing as a person, learning to love yourself, learning to love others more. It's not just achieving this list of goals and dreams.
I feel I've progressed a lot the past 2 years. I'm by no means totally healed or perfectly happy. I still battle every single day with negativity. And some days the negativity wins. But I refuse to give in or give up. I wish I had known these 5 things much earlier in life, because they've been vital to making change. But I'm glad to know them now, and I hope they can help you too in some way. Thank you for watching, and I wish you all the best on your journey.